Hi, welcome to the positive behavior in school support video for maintaining 6 feet of distance or social distancing lesson. All students will be seeing this lesson, but we thought we would share it with you as well. So, without further ado, let's see what it looks like in Pear Deck. So, in order to be safe, responsible, and caring, we have to talk about in-school expectations. School will be different. All people must remain 6 feet apart or more at all times. So, jot down some thoughts as to you estimate. You can estimate being distance from a person in front of you. Me, I am a 6 foot teacher, right? And I might say something like, if I were a student, I might say something like, my friend is 3 feet. So two of him equals 6 foot, right? Something along those lines. What are some observations you notice about the classroom below? Now, I like the highlighter function on this. I think it's pretty sharp. But one thing I notice is look how far apart the desks are. Look how they're not set up in groups. There's no groups anymore, or at least until we can get past COVID-19. Notice how small the class is, right? And the distance between students who it would require quite a few aerosols escaping the a person's mouth just to chat with their classmates. So it's very, very different, right? And you can see these students don't have computers, so that's something else that I'm observing too, right? So that picture is just for thinking about this, right? That picture doesn't represent precisely what our room will look like or our rooms at Stewart will look like. So, in addition to practicing everyday steps to prevent COVID 19, keeping space between you and others is one of the best tools we have to avoid being exposed to this coronavirus and slowing its spread in communities. Since people can spread the virus before they know they are sick, it is important to stay at least 6 feet away from others when possible, even if you or they do not have any symptoms. It is important to stay at least 6 feet away from other people and wear a mask to slow the spread of COVID 19. So, some of the facts in previous videos that you may or may not have seen is that when we talk, we emit about 10 times the amount of particles. And when we are loud, like we sing, for instance, right? If I go da 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 da, right, that's 50 times the amount of particles that just escaped my mouth. One person singing for an hour will emit 1,500 infectious doses. All the above are true, which is why we must be responsible and observe 6 feet of distance. So I would click that as a student, right? Ooh. Social distancing means staying away from close contact in public spaces. It includes actions like staying out of places where lots of people gather and maintaining distance approximately 6 feet away. Right? So circle which picture shows students practicing 6 feet of social distancing. Well, this isn't quite measured, so I don't know. I mean, these students, that looks to me to be about 6 feet, so I would probably circle this one, and I'd probably circle this one over here, right? This one, absolutely not. They're entirely too close. That's a different world that picture was taken in. Examples of positive behavior: stay at least 6 feet, 2 arm lengths. Oh, there's another way to think of it, from other people. Pay attention to any physical guides, such as tape markings on floors, which we'll have here at Stewart, or signs on walls, which we'll also have at Stewart, directing attendees to remain at least 6 feet apart from each other. Allow other people 6 feet of space when you pass by them in both indoor and outdoor settings. And then your student would say, I fully understand what 6 feet of social distancing is, or I need to review. And then when they indicate that, they would, during class, be able to ask their teacher any questions that are related to the lesson. So, boom, I fully understand is what I would click, and boom. What are some of the social distancing mistakes made by the individuals in these pictures, right? Well, there's certainly proximity problems, there are talking, and of course, there's no masks. So, there's certainly a fair amount of mistakes being made there. What is different about these classroom desks? Well, you'll notice that some are less than 6 feet apart, for sure, right? Obviously, the one on the right is from the before times, and one on the left is not. Now, here's the final piece: directions. Acknowledge your role in the socially distanced Stewart Middle School. I'll stay 6 feet apart from all others in classrooms and hallways, and I accept that my school behavior has to change for this to be successful, right? That school behavior referring to pre COVID times. So I would sign that myself as Mr. Surface, first name Mr., last name Surface. Boom. I will walk in and around school socially distanced from others for everyone's safety. All right. And I would sign on that line as a student. Boom. I know that even though I miss my Stewart family, I must do my part to keep a distance and still send love. Of course. Absolutely. Then you put your student ID across that picture there. 23654. That is not a real number, but I thought I would demonstrate it for you. A lot of the information that is in this was sourced from a great article in El País. And I thank you so much for watching and for helping us with this project of keeping our students and families safe. Thank you so much.